Hey guys, this is yet another run on Ch4 Chapter 4 Part 1 in DFFOO Global, which is Weiss's stage. This run is still going to be the ticket mission run, but the twist here is that it is mainly going to be an auto plus run. A little bit of setup is required and a little bit of manual input is required. Before going into the setup, I'll just quickly cover the manual inputs as it's happening right here in the game. You want an ideal starting turn order of Quina, followed by Rosa, followed by Weiss. And keep note that the bosses are very likely to start first because I did remove speed passives, and they will likely break your characters. So what you want to do is just reset until your turn order is such after the bosses take their turn, and that actually shouldn't take that long. The only manual inputs that you need to do is have Quina use one additional ability followed by LD, and that is very important. You need the LD at the start to land his traps. Next up, on Rosa's turn, the only thing you want to do is use all her praise, every single praise that she has, followed by one additional ability followed by BT+. If done correctly, you should hit 100% force gauge just as Weiss starts his turn. As Rosa is doing her BT plus animation here, you can go ahead and toggle auto plus on, and that's it. You have completed the fight. Congratulations. Weiss starts his turn and the AI will use his force attack, which is ideal. His force is the best in this party setup to be the main force attack. While the fight is playing out, I will touch a bit about the setup across all three characters, because a proper setup is important to ensure that the run is as consistent as possible. First off, on everyone, you want to remove all speed passives, and I will include in the video description which are the speed passives, but essentially you just have to go to the character passive screen and unequip any passive that has the word speed in them. Pretty straightforward. Also, for all characters, you want to actually remove the U2 crystal passive. You don't need it, and the extra turns at the start is actually a hindrance. It just makes the fight longer than it has to. The auto plus run here took me in real time just under 9 minutes, so it is pretty efficient as long as you have the right setup. After removing the speed passives and the U2 crystal passives, you do also need to have a little bit of setup across all three characters, and I'll start off with Quina. For Quina, you want to unequip Quina's EX. As you can see, he doesn't actually have his EX, can't use EX at all in the battle. You don't need Quina's EX or the buff that it provides, and there's two reasons why you're better off having it removed. First off, the EX re-breaks all enemies, which delays them one turn and just causes the enemies to take less turns and have Quina's trap trigger less often, which is a loss in damage. Secondly, if you have Quina's EX skill equipped, Quina starts the battle with full EX meter, and it actually delays the use of Quina's LD. Once you toggle auto plus on, Quina will have to cycle through FR, FR, BT plus, EX until he finally uses LD again. By then it's too late, the trap would have worn off, and if Quina's trap isn't there, your run is going to be a little bit risky, because later on in the fight, your characters will be debuffed with speed minus 100%, and the boss will start taking consecutive turns. Without Quina's trap to guarantee a brave shave, it is possible, it has happened to me once, but it is possible that the boss will do an HP attack on one of your characters, which causes you to fail the HP mission requirement. Having Quina's EX unequipped means that he will use the LD one turn earlier, and that is actually very nice in terms of timing because Quina will refresh his traps just as it expires. Moving on to Weiss, I do have Weiss's PT Plus, but I actually unequipped Weiss PT Plus for the fight. This means that you do not actually need Weiss PT for this to work, and I'm sure someone will ask that question, so here's the answer: you don't need Weiss PT at all. There is only one reason why I removed Weiss PT, beyond the fact to show that you don't need it, but Weiss PT has the 100% debuff evasion. In this fight, you actually want to get debuffed if you have Quina. One of the debuffs that the boss inflicts on you at 39% is speed minus 100%, and that is actually pretty nice because that means that the bosses will take consecutive turns and they will keep re-triggering Quina's traps for massive damage, especially when you are at 900% force gauge bonus. Besides which, the rest of the debuffs that they can inflict on you have zero meaning. Because Quina's PT aura is up, you are guaranteed maximum HP damage anyway, so the Brave Poison and the attack down debuff has zero relevance in this fight. Quina will also be able to do rainbow damage once Quina has 10 stacks of his frogs, which means that the traps will more or less guarantee breaking the enemy each time they get their turn, and that guarantees your safety in this fight. So long story short, you do not need Weiss PT Plus, unequip it and move on. Finally, for Rosa, beyond removing the U2 crystal passive and the speed passives, there's nothing else that you need to do. I have all of Rosa's skills equipped. It may be possible to do this without Rosa's PT Plus. You of course lose quite a little bit of damage, but you may still be able to finish off the bosses in one force time. I did not test that out, but I guess that's possible. Without Rosa's PT Plus, she will of course deal less damage during her turn, but beyond that you don't really need anything much else. You don't really need her battery and her healing because you won't be taking any HP damage during the fight, and the battery is meaningless since you have Quina's PT aura. So here is Quina doing LD again, and you can see it's just nice. At this point the bosses didn't have their traps, so it is right about time to refresh the traps with Quina. If Quina had EX, Quina would have used EX right there, and then as you can see the bosses will take 4 consecutive turns, and that is pretty risky without Quina's traps on. So bosses are about to die, but I still actually have 2 more turns of force time remaining. This is why I thought it would be possible to do this without Rosa's PT Plus. I guess if you don't mind toggling Auto Plus off again, you could of course always just pop Brother Summon at the end for massive damage, and that should guarantee the fight without Rosa's PT. Anyway, that's it for this fight. Hope video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, do leave a like, comment and subscribe. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!